How's it going, everybody? My name's Rob. I'm the lead vocalist and guitarist for East Midlands melodic death metal band Beyond Your Design. Our EP Together We Rise for me has always been an embodiment of our struggle as a band and as musicians. It's a collection of our own personal pain and loss, though through struggle we will always rise above and conquer what it is that makes us weak. I don't feel as a band we've ever truly had everybody's support or best interests at heart, if I'm being totally honest, which, you know, it is what it is. You often feel at times that with every small victory there's always a setback of some kind that tries to drag you down and pull you back, and there will always be people who want to stop you from succeeding, and those people are the fuel for this EP. Every song has its own story to tell about being in the face of adversity, some about the need for intimate connection, some about betrayal, and some even talk about the adversity being what you face inside your own mind. The EP was never meant to make out that we are without emotion, or that we are these big, tough, scary metal dudes. It highlights that we are human, and that we do feel, and that's okay. That no matter what it is that you're facing, no matter what it is that you're going through, that we are with you. That when you're feeling at your lowest and at your weakest, we'll be there to pick you back up. We'll be there to give you strength and the power to rise above. I mean, I was lucky enough to watch everybody perform their parts for the EP, and I'm so proud of the lads for the performances that they put on the record, because I mean, they were brilliant. You know, I couldn't ask any more of them. Aside from the current situation, the recording process was mentally and physically just draining and exhausting. I had to track my guitars, the bass, then the vocals on top, and I'm very much a perfectionist when it comes to recording. Like, I tracked all the guitars with the raw DI signal so I could hear every single detail going into the performance, whether it was the chugs to make sure that they were syncopated, that I was palm muting to make sure that there was no weird buzzes or strings ringing out that shouldn't. And of course for the guitars we had to track 3 separate takes for each section, so they had to be perfect and they had to sound right to my ear. When it came to the vocals, they were probably the most challenging aspect for me, because I suppose they're my weakest area. And of course, with that, there's always been the comments and remarks from people telling you to stop singing, to quit doing vocals. You know, maybe they're right. But when it comes to recording them, you've just got to find a way of pushing that aside. You've got to find something that drives you mentally to achieve the absolute best that is possible from yourself. I remember for the clean singing, imagining myself standing on top of a mountain, like something out of Middle Earth, just the wind in your hair, arms outstretched, like probably something out of a Michael Bolton video. Just nobody around, just singing to your heart's content. For the screams, it was a bit different, because I was trying to imagine myself as like a bear, you know, just shoulders up, arching over, chest out, and the only intention you had was to create the nastiest fucking sound possible, and if somebody was to hear you, it would scare them shitless. I think I did that pretty well. For the making of Together We Rise, we actually recorded some vlogs that have been uploaded to our YouTube channel. At the moment there's 2 out. I believe by the time this is out there'll be a 3rd. Definitely go check them out. You'll see even more footage from behind the scenes and more details like what I've just described. I think writing music for ourselves is a very personal and individual endeavour. We generally don't get together and construct a song from the ground up. We've always been more than capable to sit down by ourselves and write a song that way, and I don't think it's anything against the lads. I just think that when it comes to writing music, you've got to make yourself vulnerable. You've got to take your insecurities and your vulnerabilities and put them to paper, and then press record and channel all of those emotions that you had from the very beginning. All of these songs were written way over a year ago, and it's interesting to see how the themes have evolved and changed as we have. I think it's those reasons that makes the songs so personal to each of us, because we probably interpret them completely different to one another, and it's because of that that they're so special to each of us. When we do bring a song to the practice room, we always have in our mind how it's going to sound, but then each individual brings their own nuances and their own flavours that completely lifts the song to a level that we could never have imagined when we started writing it. Even in the recording process, there were these wonderful moments of spontaneity where you'd be recording something or tracking something and you'd think, what if I try this? Or what if I add in this harmony? Or I change how I sing this line? And no matter how much preparation you do, no matter how finished you think a song is, there's always going to be moments like that in the recording process that can take a song to a higher level. I remember on the first single from the EP, Gods and Men, when I was recording the clean vocals for that, I decided to start constructing the choir bit that comes in the first pre-chorus, and that's probably one of my favourite moments off the EP, because I just think it was so in the moment and so spontaneous that it just makes that song even more special for me. Being in a band is a bit like being in a relationship. Everybody has a different role or something that they are good at that somebody else might not excel at in the same way. They have something else that they're good at. And rather than getting bogged down and caught up with what somebody else is doing or how someone else is doing something else compared to you, it's understanding that their victory is your victory. You know, their success is everybody's success. It's an opportunity to build everybody up rather than put certain people down within the team. And the moment you understand that is the moment that you really start to see progress and achievements. And it's amazing working in a team like ours, where you've got our record label Dreamscope Media Group, who've offered so much in terms of artist development, the recording and mixing aspects of the EP, our management Unearthed Music, who've offered guidance, encouragement and all the support throughout the entire process. It really makes a massive difference when you surround yourself with encouraging people that want to see you do well and thrive knowing that they were a part of it.